Hello, good morning, everybody. This is Aravind Mohan, and you're watching your favorite morning coffee show. Today is 28th August 2021. So, what are the major updates for the day? First, we look at the situation in Afghanistan. What are the recent developments after the recent blast outside Kabul Airport? We'll take a look at that. Second topic, mandatory bumper to bumper insurance for 5 years, which is the new order from High Court. What does that mean to car buyers in India and to the automotive industry? We'll take a look at that. The next point, India's equity market emerges as the best performing in the whole world. We'll take a look at that comparison as well. Alright, so these are the main topics for today. Let's get into the show. And if you have not yet subscribed my channel, please subscribe, then only then you will get my daily updates. We will not forgive. We will not forget. We will hunt you down and we'll make you pay for it. These are the words of Joe Biden. Could this be something that the next generation will read these in the history text? Would this be the statement which could change the geopolitics of the world? We don't know. Or this could be just another incident that we'll forget over the years. We don't know. But however, the situation in Afghanistan is changing day by day. Yesterday we spoke about the blast outside Kabul Airport. We mentioned that a lot of lives have lost. So yesterday the count that we reported was 60, but today on increasing trend, it is over 170 people, which includes 12 US Army personnel. The witness from that incident is still not able to come out of the trauma. Blood, body parts, organs, chaos, gunfire, smoke, surrounded by that. There are a lot of people, innocent people, fighting for their life in the hospitals of Afghanistan. Unfortunately, due to the sudden crisis, they don't have enough medical facility or doctors to treat them. Of course, many of them have already fled the country. They have already been evacuated. Midst of all of these, many countries have already stopped the evacuation process. They have put an end to it because the situation is deteriorating day by day. Countries like France, Canada, they've already made a stand not to continue the evacuation. Just a couple of hours before I recorded this video, we have got a new input. US Armed Force has performed a retaliation act against the ISIS through a drone attack. We already know that the popularity of Joe Biden is going down day by day. Of course, it is their country's affairs and it is of very less interest for us. But what is of interest for all of us is on the concerns over security. The US lawmakers have now questioned the US president on how did they ensure that Taliban don't get the reach of the nuclear power from Pakistan. Second problem that they see is when the United States have planned a sudden withdrawal from Afghanistan, they just don't leave behind history. They also leave behind military equipments. Report says that Taliban now has access for over $85 billion worth military equipments that US has left behind. In fact, they say that Taliban will now have access to more Black Hawk military copters than 85% of the world. It doesn't just stop there. It extends to military vehicle, equipments, and arms. In one of the most criticized acts of the recent times by United States, they say that US has handed over a kill list to Afghanistan in the name of evacuation planning. We know that in the recent times there was a huge evacuation planned by United States and of course by all countries. In this process of evacuation, United States has handed over a list of people who are US nationals, green card holders, or the people of Afghanistan who are from the government of Afghanistan who helped US Army. Door-to-door search of these people have started after that. The whole world is criticizing this sheer stupidity of United States to share this list with Taliban. All said and done, just 24 hours after the Kabul airport blast, now the world is again witnessing thousands of people stranded outside Kabul airport, still hoping that they would be able to somehow get away from that country. And this is the situation in Afghanistan. Dear viewers, I think we should wait and watch how this story unfolds in the upcoming days. What is the retaliation? But whatever be it, end of the day, it is the lives of those innocent people which we are all worried about. So, in the recent order that is made by the High Court, they are now mandated a 5-year bumper-to-bumper insurance. Previously, this was 1 year of comprehensive insurance, followed by that another 2 years of third-party insurance. Now, what they have made it as a 5-year mandatory bumper-to-bumper insurance would then make it a costly upfront payment which the customer has to bear to own a car or a bike. We look at the numbers. Today, if you look at a motorcycle, an entry-level motorcycle, be it a scooter or a bike, then this is expected to increase the cost of buying it at least by another 6,000 rupees. If you look at the four-wheeler market, the cost of an entry-level car, we're talking about Alto or cars like Quid, the cost of it can go as high as 50,000. If you look at the SUV market, which is today the fastest growing market in India, the likes of cars like Hyundai Creta, the cost of it can go as high as 2 lakhs in addition, which the customer has to pay upfront. In the recent video, we already saw in the SIAM meeting, Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, where the automobile companies or the OEMs have already raised the flag about high GST rate, because of which the sales volume is not going high. Now, when the country is coming out of pandemic, the experts feels that this mandatory 5-year bumper-to-bumper insurance would bring down the sales. Today, High Court blames that general public are not made aware or not given proper information about various insurance schemes. What is the coverage of a third party and what is the coverage of a comprehensive insurance? This is not being clearly informed to an end customer. Now, it is mandatory that when someone purchases a car, the insurance is needed for the vehicle, for the driver, for the passenger, and for the third party, and for the owner. When a customer is ready to buy a car by spending 10 lakhs, the view from the High Court is that it shouldn't hurt him to spend a few percentage of it more to also cover the insurance. Of course, if you look at the stats, in the first few years of buying the car, more than 95% of the people go for comprehensive insurance. But the major problem here is upfront payment. So this is one major update with respect to the automotive industry. Now we'll move to one great news that we have. With respect to equity investment, India has now emerged as the most profitable region. Now, when you compare this with MSCI World Index, so MSCI is formerly Morgan Stanley Capital International. When you compare this with MSCI World Index, and when you compare this with Nifty, today, India has emerged as the best performing equity market. So what is this MSCI? So MSCI World Index takes the best performing stocks across the world from developed nations. So this scripts from close to 28 countries like the US, UK, Germany, France, Switzerland, Japan, Netherlands. So all of these developed countries. So there are some 28 markets from which they have taken. There are close to 1,500 scripts which together form the World Index, which is called MSCI World. Just to give you a comparison, when you compare this with year on year, that is the performance that is there today, when you compare this with the 12 months performance average, or they call this as YTD, that is year to date. That is how it has performed from beginning of 2021 till date. India has outperformed all the other markets. A quick comparison, the returns from MSCI World Index on year is close to 15%, whereas Nifty's result is grown by 45%. Well, second in the list is with Mexico, followed by other countries. Of course, the worst performing when you look at the world index is more on the China's index fund. Good, so I wanted to end this video with this great news. All right, have a nice weekend. See you all tomorrow in another show. Until that, see you. Cheers. Bye-bye.